Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I have a book review for The Alchemists of Loom for you. So, The Alchemists of Loom is kind of the story of this girl named Ari. She's like this badass and she goes by this moniker of the White Wraith. So she is kind of like this thief extraordinaire and she does organ trafficking for like dragon organs. So these organs have magic and that kind of stuff. And there's also Suvra, who is a dragon that falls pretty much into Ari's lap. And Suvra is like on the run from the Dragon King and he wants to overthrow him, and that kind of lines up with Ari's goals. They kind of like strike up this deal to help each other get to where they need to be to help this brewing rebellion start. So to start off with, I was really on the fence about this book, and to be honest, I still kind of am. Like, the first couple of chapters were really jumpy. Like, it jumped from the character doing this one thing to doing another thing to skipping to doing that, and you kind of were like, at least I was really confused about what was going on. And I almost DNF'd it after like the first 5 chapters, I think. Like, almost. I was like this close to DNFing, but I didn't, thankfully, because I really do like the characters. Like, they're super awesome and super like intense, but different. I know, I don't know how to describe them because they're so interesting. Ari is what is called a Fenthri, and basically the Fenthri live on Loom and they are like these grayed out type characters. So their skin is gray and like their whole world is basically shades of gray and black and white, and they're in a very like industrial, like steampunk 1800s early 1900s kind of atmosphere. Not a whole lot of color in their world because they're very like steam and coal powered and everything is like gritty and dirty, and then there's like these dragons. So they're not dragons in the technical sense of like big like wings and fangs and that kind of stuff. So they're more like human versions of dragons. So, and they live on this like floating colony above Loom that's called Nova, which I think that's really weird that there's one land that's floating and then there's one that's like Earth, and they're separated by a layer of clouds that you can't get through very well. So whereas Loom is very like black and white and so little color, Nova is like bright and colorful, and like these dragons are, some of them are blue, some of them are red, some of them are green, and they have like claws and fangs but no wings, which I find really weird, but you know, whatever. So the dragons are basically the source of magic, and whenever a dragon manages to make its way down to Loom, some of them don't necessarily make it back to Nova. Basically their organs get harvested for the magic in them, which is creepy, weird. After, you know, forever, however long, the dragons kind of took over Loom, so they're like the ruling class, and the people of Loom don't really enjoy the Dragon King. There is a rebellion brewing and to, you know, overthrow him, and there's some dragons that, you know, aren't necessarily happy with the king either, so they are sending people down to help the resistance. So that would be Suvra, who happens to make this deal with Ari to get him to the place where the rebels are. That's kind of like a synopsis. I know, super long, really awkward, I know. So I like the characters and I like the storyline, but there's some parts of it I'm just like, I needed it to be a little better. But I enjoyed this book a lot. I love the steampunk aspects, I love the magic, I love the magic system, I love the alchemy that's in here. I like the guild system that's in here. Maybe not the way that they're going about building the guilds, but I like that there's like specific things that these specific guilds do. And I've still got about 60 pages left before I'm finished with this one, so I'm not gonna make my decision quite yet on my star rating, but I'm hovering somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4 star because I do have some issues with this book. Partly it's because Ari and Suvra keep butting heads about every little freaking detail, about everything. And I mean, I know Ari has her reasons for it, and I know Suvra does too, but it gets a little annoying after a certain point. Like, they've been together for weeks and weeks and weeks upon weeks together, traveling, and they're still butting heads about shit and just like making really sarcastic comments to each other, and I'm like, okay, y'all are getting annoying. I know you're gonna be a romance eventually, but can you get over the fact that you have issues with each other? Because I think that's where it is headed. They're headed towards a romance. It doesn't necessarily say that outright, but there are hints about it. So that's just my opinion, it's not fact yet. Anyway, that's the one point that's bothering me, is that they keep arguing so much and then it's just like, oh, we're doing this, so now we're doing that. And it's taking a while. They progress through this book because there are really good like action sequences, and then there's this like the slow monotone, we're doing this, we're walking, we're traveling, oh now we're talking to other people, that kind of thing. I wish this book went a little bit faster and it was a little better paced, but overall I really am liking the storyline and I like the characters. So like I said, I'm hovering somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4 star. If you guys want to know my final review for it, check out my social media. I will definitely post my review there when I have a finalized one. Yeah, I mean, I really did like this one, and I like that it has a pronunciation guide as well as a glossary for some of the words that you don't know, because there are quite a few that are hard to pronounce, and it's got like the class system that they use as well, which is really good because I got a little bit lost first couple of chapters, so I was like, what? So yeah, if you guys like this video, I know it was long and rambling, so sorry about that. But if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button to get notifications when I post a new video. And if you want to check out my social media, check the links down below. I do post book reviews quite a bit on my Instagram as well as my Goodreads. And that's where you can always find reviews before they get posted here. Alrighty, that's all I've got for you guys today. Bye!